There we go. Just want to make sure that you guys can hear me, which sounds like you can. Perfect. All right, we got some work to do. Hopefully it's like not too low. Let me double check this. Oh, it kind of sound low. Oh, better talk into it then. Still seems kind of low. Hold on. It's gonna be a blue screen for just a second. There we go. That is better. Yep. Minus the breathing, but we'll survive. All right. Huh. Number one thing you don't want to do is listen to your own voice on your own stream for a playback. It drives me nuts. Anyways, so today we are going to add in TNA wrestling. We're adding TNA wrestling into the calendar. Since it's an actual real life partnership between the two, I wanted to put this into the game, which opens up a lot more creativity for me and my lineage for titles and whatnot. So TNA is going to be more of a realistic, but also a little bit of like couple like fantasy wins and whatnot of like who I think over the time should be the champions, and maybe it's like a future teller or something like that, where some things might actually happen IRL. But usually when I do universe mode though, I do it as accurate and realistic as possible to the IRL, obviously. And then I just do my own predictions. That's what I pretty much should have said at the beginning. It's been a long time since I've streamed and actually put any thought into it. But today I finally got my Ethernet cable, which is step 2 of setting up my stream and coming back. But I won't be streaming like I used to until July of 2026 is what I'm still going for. So another whole year. But any kind of streams I do for my PlayStation, which I'm currently on right now, I'll be streaming on YouTube until then. All right. Don't get annoyed at my breathing. This microphone sucks. So, with that being said, my TNA roster is going to be accurate IRL as well too, with a couple fantasies as well of what are possibilities of actually joining the roster over time, or maybe never joining at all. So, for example, I have put Coral Jade on TNA Impact due to the fact that she got released this month, and I'm not too happy about that because she was actually one of my favorites. So I figured I'd put her on TNA considering she's already been there through WWE, and I think maybe even before. I'm not too sure. I know she was in AEW though. But either way, this is one of my fantasy ones of putting on the roster, as well as Dakota Kai as well too. That was another one who got released the exact same month, and I'm not too happy about that either. So I just figured, you know, a little bit more used to them where WWE couldn't do anything with them. I could do something with them in my version of being a booker. So over time, you'll get to see how I envision my rosters and whatnot. This is pretty much what the universe mode is you become the booker. I mean, IRL, usually I can call out anything on any wrestling promotion and tell you what's going to happen, and, you know, but not always right, of course, but I usually have the assumption of knowing it, and more or less. But anyways, so this is going to be very kind of a boring stream, so I mean, stream/video, so this might not be for everybody, but it's just pretty much to give you the idea of the setup, of my universe mode. And when I finally get it functional and ready to go, then you guys will see this all come to life. Because not only we're going to have Impact, which is not owned by WWE, but is in partnership with WWE, as you've seen on TV, or on Netflix, sorry. You see NXT and TNA crossing over all the time. That's what I want to do between these two promotions for myself. And even add some even bigger ones from the bigger rosters, like SmackDown and Raw. I'm going to give you guys a quick glance at the Impact Zone, the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the Impact Zone.
The OTC is here. The fall is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds. The OTC, Roman Reigns. A man who was once one of the most dominant stars in history. Led the original bloodline with an iron fist.
Wait. What do you mean once? Roman is still as dominant as ever. But one thing's for sure, he is ready to prove that this is still his show, with or without the bloodline. Listen to this crowd, the respect this man has earned.
The WWE Universe watched Roman conquer this business. They know he is a generational talent.
Roman operates on a different level. He stands alone even among the greats.
He is one of one. The best in the world, CM Punk looking to get the W in singles action here tonight. Well, I'm sure Punk's dedicating this match to his biggest fans. All the keyboard warriors who spend their days claiming to hate him. All the superstars who make him the center of the entire universe. They're probably...
And there you go. That was the teaser of the Impact Zone. I made it as real as possible. Grab the most realist one, because you can grab a bunch of these like arenas for say on the community creations, and I've actually found this one. This is the most recent one uploaded, and man, I was happy to find that. So as you can kind of see, my universe mode as well too has already started. I've done a little bit here and there. See, before I actually had started another universe mode, and I actually did it with TNA already, but then they released this new patch update 1.1 or 1.11, and before when I was trying to run it, it was very laggy and very slow, so I eventually just deleted the mode itself. And yeah, I wish I didn't do that though beforehand too, because before I couldn't even use alternate attires at all, which was a bug, and luckily they just patched it. So if it runs very slow again like it did before, well, I think I might have to deal with it, because I actually want to have another outside promotion, build my own title lineages and whatnot. So these are the champions currently, IRL, right now in TNA. And the tag teams and whatnot are the first things that I'm actually doing, other than building the champions, because you have to actually put the champions to a show pretty much when you first start it out and build it. So, all right. So that being said, we are working on a tag team called Spitfire, which is from TNA as well. Now, I usually try to go for the best creative wrestlers that I can, and sometimes you have to put up with ones that just you have to deal with. They might not look the most IRL-ish comparison, but sometimes I guess you got to use a little bit of your imagination. So they're not always going to be 100% the best, but that's what I try to go for. I want them to look the most realist and accurate. And if you're left with nothing really left in the pile, well, then you got to take what you can get. Alright, so that one's already done, actually. That's good. Sorry about that. Alright, so Spitfire's actually done. So now we're making, I should stop saying building. If I say building, I mean I'm making the next tag team, which is going to be the Rascals from TNA. So now we have to grab them from the community creations, what I was just telling you about. You'll kind of get the idea of what I meant about grabbing the arenas and whatnot. Let's go here. So this is what it'd be like, for an example. See, these are all custom arenas and whatnot that you can grab for WrestleMania 41 that just happened. It's actually pretty cool. I've actually downloaded this one before. It wasn't bad at all. I didn't keep it though, because the more logos, the more pictures it takes up for your space, for your universe mode. And if you're like me and you play a lot of universe mode, then you definitely understand what I'm saying. The less, the better. There's AEW right there. I don't watch AEW enough to try to replicate that anymore. Back in the day, though, I would have been able to do it, no problem. Back when I feel like AEW was pretty good, but to their own. Alright. Anyways, we're going to get out of the arenas now, because now I'm starting to get... This is what happens. Sometimes I just get lost in this. Alright, so first off, for the Radicals. Alright. Trey. And you know what sucks? When you're online, when you're doing this, you can't add spaces to it. They, for some weird reason, took out spaces when you're searching something up, so it's all, instead of having a space, it's all one word. Kind of sucks, but it's been like that for a couple years, which kind of, yeah, it just sucks. Alright, so try Usually I have some pretty good favorited artists. This one of my favorite artists is By Cause. He's actually done some really, really good creative wrestlers. Okay, so that's one half of the tag team that we need. Then we need another half. Now, usually when I put music on and whatnot, I just put it on for what I feel is best and what I just put on, you know what I mean? Because to me, it's not really always about the entrance as well. It's like about the in-ring performance. So if I think the music kind of matches, or you know what I mean, just trying to throw something together. May not be the most realistic in real life, but do the best that I can, or what would fit their character personality. Yeah, this part could take a little bit. Downloading a lot of parts. So my Botrix actually tells people when I'm online now. That's funny. Good old Discord bot. Works when she wants to. They're at Botrix. I actually use Pingcord, but Botrix wasn't working forever. And now Botrix is working in my Discord, notifying. And I have it already sent up for Pingcord in my Discord. I'm just glad I didn't double ping. Come on now. There we go. Now, we go to Zachary Wentz from TNA. Alright. You know, I wish they'd kind of like tone down when you're hitting a key, because it's like so loud. Boom, boom, boom. Like, Jesus. Oh, so he does make both. Okay. I didn't see that in there the last time. Good. Alright. Got quite a few tag teams I gotta make, but I've already made some. Usually me building this universe takes me a good while. So I was pretty disappointed before the update came out, because it was really messing with my stuff, and I just wanted to add another show in, you know? Been able to do that prior years before 2K25, so although 2K24 kind of went a little quiet on that one. I was fairly busy. Baby boy, another baby boy, a wedding. Yeah. 2024 was actually the busiest year of my life. Okay, so we got them both. Let's double check to make sure that they actually look normal, which I'm sure they do, because Buzz does a pretty good job of creating these guys. And yes, I definitely do have the new DLC. Can't believe they actually just moved Julia to SmackDown already. I thought maybe they were going to try to squeeze these two out, because I'm telling you right now, Stephanie Vicure and Julia are like the Austin and Rock of this era of females. These two are the next big generation that's happening in WWE right now. And I hope that they use them. I know they've been using Stephanie very good, but Julia, I just want them to be careful with. But so far so good, so can't complain. Alright, so Zachary. Alright, looks good. What's the other one? Trey. Yep. So detailed though too. So that's what I go for in my creative wrestlers. All the time. Detail, most realistic as possible. I mean, it's got to have some kind of resemblance. But again, if there's nothing else and it's just like one you have to deal with, and I mean, you still want them to be a part of the roster, or else it just doesn't feel right. Now, if they do get released from TNA on TNA's side, then I will remove them from the game because it's just I don't have any other promotion they can go to after that. TNA for me is like the second backup of when you get released of from NXT, which or of course the main roster as well too. At least where I feel that some should have more, spotlight. Where I feel like some of them should have stayed instead of getting released. So it's my version of continuing on. Fantasy booking, but realistic booking as well too, because I try to keep it. It's a balance. Anyways, okay, let's get this guy's done. Hey, look, he can make a space here. Okay. Every time I make these tag teams, I don't go right away into editing them. I save them. I back out so I let it save. Because here's the thing, if your game crashes and you're in there, then you've lost all that work you've done for building their entrance and whatnot. And it sucks building their entrance sometimes, especially when you're putting in time into it. Then you forget about, oh, what happened? I can't remember their song or what they came out to. That's what sucks. Hopefully YouTube doesn't copy strike me for playing this game because I got music. YouTube be like that. Alright. Now, I had something for these guys that I wanted to use. Where was it? No. Is this one? Maybe? Where was it? That's gonna drive me nuts. I found one before I had to put down my little big man for his bedtime, and now I've completely lost it. This is where Panda would be like, well, this is why you stream, so you can go back and find it. It's rock and roll? I don't think it's rock and roll. Maybe? Nope. Is this one? I don't think it was this one either. Nope. This is the one I'm gonna use right here. Sorry, I gotta hear this. Kind of went with the beat, so I said, you know what? We'll do it like that. That's actually going to work out pretty good. They're the hooligans. Okay.
Here are your winners, Troy, Michelle. Here are your winners, Troy, Michelle, and Zachary Welch. Here are your winners, Troy, Michelle, and Zachary. Here are your winners, Troy, Michelle, and here are your winners, Troy, Michelle, and Zachary Welch. Here are your winners, Troy, Michelle, and Zachary Welch. Here are your winners, Troy, Michelle.
That is like one of the only things that has ever drove me nuts is when you're doing tag team victory motion, you hear the announcer repeat it over and over again every single time you add in a part for their entrance. Drives me nuts. Here's your winner. Here's your winner. Here's your winner. Ugh. My memory ain't the greatest, so that's why I sometimes will go back just to make sure I have the same music that is matching their entrance or their victory motion music, of course. Alright, so off to the next one. We've already got that one done. Although, we gotta add them to the roster. I do it this way, just add them in. That way, I know that I've done it myself. I didn't forget. I am a very forgetful person. Well, at least for certain things. Alright, so we'll check that again. Wesley. Oh, that's what they chose for his entrance, okay. It's pretty cool. Sells WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, and Royal Rumble, but that's fine. There's a chance that they actually could appear in at least two of them, not Money in the Bank, I don't think. Anyways, so that's pretty cool to see the TNA World Championship, the X Division, and the World Tag Team. That's good to see. Alright. Officially added. We're officially done. Oh, this is gonna be the fun part. Alright, so we're gonna make the next stable / tag team, which is never fun. Order for Mustafa Ali, Jason Hooch, John Schuyler, Tasha Steeles. Okay. That's gonna be fun. Sometimes I ain't doing this stuff. Just to think I had it all before. I tried using keyboard on my PS5 for this game earlier today. Nope, did not work. For some reason. But developers can choose to block that if they want. Go figure 2K would do that. So much easier with a keyboard to type than it is with a controller searching for the words. So we're gonna make the Great / Good Hands tag team. Another TNA, of course, and I probably spelled that wrong, didn't I? Huh. Apparently not. Let's try this. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Hopefully it's not bad. Oh, it's bad. There were some more of these before. Where did they go? Did they get like taken down or something? Let's try this then. This is gonna suck because this is gonna be a huge search for everybody named Jason. Oh yeah, this is gonna suck. I am not going through 61 pages. Yeah, not happening. Let's see, maybe a creator has one. Didn't think so. That's weird. Let me see this. Just looking them up to see why all of a sudden that's changed. Because I already have. I was able to get them before. That's weird. How's that not finding them? No. That's messed up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's try this. Sometimes people put this with tags. I'm guessing this is it. Yeah. I swear there was more before, but it is what it is. Now, hopefully this worked, because a lot of the times it doesn't like to do this. So I'm trying to affiliate that tag team with Order 4. And you can see how the affiliation happens with a stable. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get them affiliated. But it didn't go through that time, so I have to redo it again. This can be a pain in the butt sometimes. Okay. So, team affiliation. Order 4. Set it up for myself. Good hands. This may or may not work. Yeah, it's still doing it. It's so annoying how this does this. Because they should be team affiliating with Order 4 and it's not wanting to do it. It drives me nuts when this happens. Still not doing it. I'm going to try it the other way around, which is going to be backwards, though. It should be doing it. I don't understand why it's doing that. Just asking. Oh, one more time. If it doesn't work that way, we're going to have to go the other way, I guess. It's team affiliation. Wait a minute. I'll set it up myself. Son of a bitch. Okay. Hold on. This may not work. Wait, what? You see how this is backwards? Okay. It's team affiliation is Order 4. That's not right. That's why I don't do it that way. Team affiliation. Order 4. Okay. Let's do a test. Put it as Q. Okay. Let's see. So it worked. Can't have it the same name as you had it before, apparently. See, it's under Q now. These are the little bugs you gotta look out for, people, when you're playing this in universe mode. Hopefully that's a good tip for some of you. The goods. Alright, there we go. 2K bugs, nothing like them. Alright, so now, that's why I didn't work on these guys as tag team first, because I knew that they were going to be a part of a stable, so no point of doing it when you have to re-edit it anyways, you know what I mean? Okay, so... Okay, TNA... So the reason why I give those guys the American theme, if you will, is because of their contributions and affiliation to Mustafa Ali, which is he's running that kind of gimmick already right now. Anyways, like a president's kind of gimmick. At least it's the vibe it's given off to me, anyways, unless I've been completely off. But I just feel like that's the match for them, considering their alignment
Here
right now.
winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars.
All right, the good hands are done. Not bad at all. Now I can use that template for order 4. I'm hoping anyways. We'll see. Should be able to, though. All right. I am going to step outside. I need a cigarette. Smoking's bad, okay? While I'm having my cigarette, I will leave on a match for everybody to watch, of course. False count anywhere. Iron Man submission, nose bars. Oh, hey, they got tournaments right here. Huh. We'll do a tables match. This could be either short or fast. Who knows? Do we do a live event? I like to actually still things are more up to date. Live events seem to be a thing of the past almost now since they're cutting back on it. Nitro. Yeah, fuck it, we'll go to live. And of course, you can't go live without having the best in the world. That is right, CM Punk. My favorite wrestler of all wrestlers. Other than Bray Wyatt, of course. Ooh, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Too soon. Yeah, what am I kidding? Okay, I don't want to play the... Can I, like... Hold on. Should I sure ring announcer? Ooh. That's pretty cool. 2 out of 3 falls. Yeah. Time limit, no time limit. Okay. Yeah. We need a ladder. Kidding me? We don't need repeats. The fuck? That's that a door? What's those other stuff? Candy canes and shit. Oh my god. Really? Fuck it, we'll put a door on there. Okay. I don't want to quit, but I don't want to be in this match. Toggle AI. Okay, there. There we go. Sure. Alright guys, enjoy.
The best in the world.
The following contest is a tables match. Making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois. Weighing in at 218 pounds. CM Punk.
Punk's first tour of duty in WWE was epic. The pipe bomb set off an entirely new era in WWE. But oh, how times have changed since then. Yeah, when you think about the past accomplishments, Corey, CM Punk has been a WWE champion. He won Money in the Bank, so many other titles. But this current version of CM Punk is driven to surpass those past achievements.
The WWE Universe on their feet, and CM Punk is ready to deliver.
The American Nightmare is here, ready to enter battle.
A fearless competitor. The WWE Universe inspires Cody to fight every night.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes is ready for any challenge at any time.
And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes has endured so much, but it's made him a better competitor. Rhodes has overcome challenges. He finished the story of a lifetime, and he won the undisputed WWE Championship.
But Cody has never lost sight of what's important.
We all have experienced the evolution of Cody Rhodes, from undesirable to undeniable to champion.
You can feel the adrenaline going through his soul. Cody is ready to fight. It's chaos, destruction, and a lot of fun. It's a tables match.
A lot of fun unless you're in the ring. You can only win this match by putting your opponent through a table. And that's gotta hurt. No worse than sitting next to you at this table, but I take your point, Saxton. Brutal knee strike. Shot after shot. Oof, ruthless striking.
flip. Not the prettiest thing you'll ever see, but it sure looks effective from here. Springboard drop kick. Cody's capturing the momentum now.
There's incredible impact with every maneuver Cody delivers. CM Punk escapes the attack. Ooh, treading all over their opponent. Big knee. Oh, man, right to the arm.
Hyperextend your elbow.
Watching like a predator with wounded prey. He's as good as done here. Kick right to the back of the leg. Slugging it out, toe to toe now. Slugging away with everything they've got.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
Over the top and lands awkwardly outside. This one's heading to the outside. Uh-oh.
Elbow drop to the knee. Oh, there's the old stump puller leg snap. Very effective. Hoisted up high here. Desperate right hands connecting. Powerbomb.
Now that's what you call impact.
And he gets delivered back into the ring. Punk never saw that coming. Oh, absolutely brutal.
Oh, no, I think they may have busted him open, guys.
How do you avoid the ultimate shame at a tables match, which is getting put through a table that you set up?
Well, we've seen that happen way too many times. I think it comes down to being organized. Don't set up a table if you're not ready to use it immediately. And also, remember where you put them. That was some heavy pressure applied to the arm. Trying to fight with a hurt arm is no easy task.
And this one could be moving to ringside.
Back in the ring. What a sick thud from that table. Whoa! Just tossing that table around. Intense look.
Looks like he has something planned with his table, guys.
I don't want to know.
And Cody Rhodes reverses.
Looks like setting up for a suplex.
Looking to finish things off.
Sends him through the table. What a win.
Here is your winner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes!
And going through that table was the exclamation point on this match. An emphatic tables match victory.
Yeah, you can sense the aggravation in CM Punk. He thought he had this one.
I guess when I go away, I probably should be putting on an Iron Man match or something. Alright, let's get back to making the roster. Alright. Tag team.
Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason and John Sky Lars.
Alright. Alright, so together, this is where things get a little bit different, but the same. I totally have to do this. Retribution. It's a total pun to Mustafa Ali.
Here are your winners, Jason John Scott. Here are your winners, Jason. Here are your winners, Jason John Sky Law. Here are your winners, Jason John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Jason. Here are your winners, Jason John Sky Lars and Muhammad Ali. Here are your winners, Jason John. Here are your winners, Muhammad Ali, John Sky Lars and Jason. Here are your winners, Muhammad Ali, John. Here are your winners, Muhammad Ali, John. Here are your winners, Muhammad Ali, John Sky Lars and here are your winners, Muhammad Ali, John Sky Lars and Jason. Here are your winners, Muhammad Ali, John Sky Lars. Here are your winners, Muhammad Ali, John Sky.
Thank God we got done that one. Hearing that on repeat so many times, my God. But to get the immersion you want, you got to make it as most accurate as you possibly can. At least for me. Alright, so we've officially done that. Hold on one sec, guys. Okay. Hold on one sec, guys. Alright. Okay. Just doing a couple, have to look up some, what I have to do for this next team. Okay. That's pretty cool. Huh. Let's see this now. Cool. Alright. Just gotta make sure I can hear everything good. Alright, good. Alright, up next, what do we got? The Northern Army. Oh boy, the Eric Young one. So I ran into a problem with Eric Young before making him. Okay. And I think I can recreate him again though to make him a little bit more accurate. Because what I want, the one I found before, there was a couple other ones that didn't look like Eric. There was one that looked like Eric Young, but I wanted it to be more updated, and so I had to take another attire and put it on this other Eric Young and kind of swap it back and forth. You'll kind of see what I'm about to do if it's still the same. I'm not even sure. I think they might be though. Oh, this one's newer. There we go. That one looks really good. Way more better than the other one. Just swap the attires around. That one actually looks really, really good. But see, this is what I did before, I believe. Let me see. So there's this attire, right here. This is the one that I took. I took that, and then I moved it over to this one, I do believe. Yeah, because it had the face and everything. You know what I mean? And it actually looked identical. But this right here is spot on. Like his face, everything. Say we'll download it because it's a better option than what I was doing before, so. Less going back and forth. Sometimes it takes a good little minute to download all the items for the attire and the car, as we say. Great superstar. Car. When I was younger, I used to call him Claws. Had no L in it, but that's how I used to always call him. See, I've been playing this game. I've been doing wrestling since Super Nintendo, but my first one, WrestleMania 2000 on an N64, and then my favorite, No Mercy on N64. All right, I've been doing this a very long time, and it's like a tradition of me to always play my wrestling games because I'm very passionate about it, and I was a former wrestler myself, so I also had some pretty good insight of the backstage of how things work. It's always been a passion of mine since I was a kid, and I got to live just a little tiny bit of that dream. In my teens, of course, not anything after. Well, yeah, my teens. Maybe the earliest 20, but still. Got to meet a lot of pretty cool people and got to learn a lot of really awesome things. Wrestling's just always going to be in my blood. That's my number one passion I have for anything. That's why I can do this for days. It could be absolutely boring to everybody else, but to me, I love it. Wrestling is my other home. My first home was my family, of course. Hello, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Now, sometimes you could fix some of the created wrestlers you find when you realize that some of them just don't look that good. You want them to kind of match the tag team partner or kind of look a little bit more realistic. As you've seen when they were wearing the white pants and all that, it just made him look like a clown. So, in a sense, it made him match his tag team partner. Made him look a little bit more realistic instead of just throwing it together, which some people love to just do just to upload them. So sometimes you got to put in just a little bit of work. So let's check out the Eric Young. Okay, Eric Young, where are you at? Look at him. He looks spot on the face. Holy crap. Holy crap. Yeah. That really does look like Eric Young. If only I could swap these. So default. We're gonna set this as to default. Yep. Done. Yeah, that looks like Eric Young. Oh, well. I fucked that up. His face. Yep. Somebody finally did it. Looks so much better. GG's to that one. Alright. Now that I've got that set up, we could set up this next one. The Northern Army. I totally just want to make it all Canadian. Like Canadian flag. Eric Young, I know for a fact is from Canada. Do I know if the other two? Not precisely. Yeah, British Columbia. Okay. Yeah, I could put a Canadian flags behind them kind of thing. I mean, it is the Northern Army after all. I know they don't actually do that for their entrance in TNA, FYI, but or maybe they do. I don't know. I'm kind of like getting back into TNA after all these years. The last time I really watched TNA was when Hogan and Bischoff were in control and they were going up against WWE when they were on Spike TV, I believe. I believe it was Spike. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong about that too. It's been so long. But either way, I do remember when TNA and WWE were going head to head on Mondays. Obviously, TNA got their asses kicked back then. But they're doing very, very well now. They have completely changed the direction of that company. And I've been watching a couple episodes, catching myself up. There's a lot of these wrestlers that I still remember that were there from before, and then there was some obviously new ones that came in from WWE, and so I'm getting to learn some of the ones that have never even been in WWE before, which I find interesting, and that's where I like to make the title lineages and stuff like that. I find that fun, making history out of the superstars in my belief that should be top tier. Northern Army. Armory. So we'll go with Travis Williams. Travis Williams tag. These guys are not on their own, right? Okay, good. Good. Now, the reason why I have Mariah May is a possibility of her coming to WWE soon. It's a possibility, not a guarantee, but that's why I have her ready to go. She's also one of my other favorites from AEW.
Here are your winners, Travis Win. Here are your winners, Travis Williams. Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith Ian Ross. Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith. Here are your winners, Travis Williams. Here are your winners, Travis Williams. Here are your winners, Travis Williams. Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith. Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith Ian.
Well, this is going to be the last one we make tonight, guys, because usually I'm only on between 2 a.m. to about 5 a.m. and it's officially 5 a.m. right now. It's the only real time I usually get to game anymore. It's usually at 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Sometimes it could be at 3, you know what I mean? But, and then yes, this is a pretty late night schedule, but I gotta have a little bit of me time too, right? This is my only time for me time.
Here are your winners, Travis Williams, Judith Ian Ross, and Eric Young. Here are your winners, Travis Williams, Judith Ian Ross, and Eric Young. Here are your winners, Travis Williams, Judith Ian Ross, and Eric Young. Here are your winners, Travis Williams, Judith. Here are your winners, Eric Young, Judith Ian Ross, and Travis Williams. Here are your winners, Eric Young. 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 Here are your winners, Eric Young, Judith Ian Ross, and Travis Williams. Here are your winners, Eric Young, Judith Ian Ross, and Travis Williams. Here are your winners, Eric Young, Judith Ian Ross, and Travis Williams. Here are your winners, Eric Young, Judith Ian. Here are your winners, Eric Young, Judith Ian. Here are your winners, Eric Young, Here are your winners, Eric Young. Here are your winners, Eric Young, Judith Ian Ross, and Travis Williams.
Not gonna lie, the statue looks pretty sick. Elbows up.
Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith. Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith Ian Rock. Here are your winners, Travis Williams. 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 Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith Ian Ross. Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith Ian Ross. Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith Ian Ross. Here are your winners, Travis Williams and Judith Ian Ross.
Alright, before we wrap it up, we're going to do one match. Set the record straight. And you know what? To Extreme Rules, why not? Where do we want to go is the question. I do like Battleground. That's one of my favorite ones. So. Super Showdown's pretty cool too. I like the openness of it. This is called the Performance Center. That's the castle. I like how they always kind of make them a little bit different. This has to be my favorite arena though, other than WrestleMania. Alright. This time we're gonna get it right. Who do we take on? Maybe the prediction. Alright. Entrance champion match. Alright. Let's do this.
Here comes Seth freaking Rollins.
A man who sets the WWE Universe ablaze and gets the crowd singing.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth Rollins.
He's held the Intercontinental, the US, the WWE, and the Universal titles, each on multiple occasions.
Truly one of the greats of the era.
Here comes one of the greatest in history, CM Punk.
CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk.
And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
Always outspoken, always ready for a fight. You know, sometimes CM Punk makes life a little harder for himself, but he wouldn't have it any other way.
Punk is proud that he's accomplished so much in his career, and he did it all his way.
Well, Punk's looking to accomplish even more tonight.
The one thing you have to do is prevent Rollins from that ruthless assault.
You're right, but it's much easier said than done when you consider the multifaceted offensive attack of Seth freaking Rollins.
Over the years, we've seen a lot in Extreme Rules matches. Forklifts, spears to the announce table, brawls moving into the crowd. Always a great time.
One thing I've learned over the years, Michael, is blink as little as possible. If you do, you might miss a historic moment in this one.
Well, I've learned that you got to keep your head on a swivel because more often than not, someone's getting thrown our way.
Rollins just a step too slow. Oh, man.
Hammerlock. DDT.
He gets into the ring. Hammerlock now, and a lariat. Dropping the elbow. Rollins' master plan got stopped in its tracks by that attack.
He's already feeling the damage of Extreme Rules. I hope he prepared for more of this.
Man, what timing on that counter. Taken to the floor, and he's got no worries about the count.
Boom.
A leg drop.
These superstars are ready to take this fight wherever it wants to go, even right into the announcer's area.
Face first, driven down.
Boom. CM Punk sensed that was coming.
Float over neck breaker.
Picture perfect.
Got the head scissors cinched in, and here come the elbows.
Oof. Every strike more devastating than the last. A no DQ stipulation means you have to throw your regular playbook out the window because it's not going to save you here. It's time to get extreme.
You make a good point, Corey. Everyday offense just isn't going to cut it in this kind of match.
One counter met by another. Oh my gosh, going head on into the stairs. Oh, diamond-plated steel coming at you.
Punk scaling the turnbuckles.
Oh, man, he's got him in the crosshairs. Up high.
Through the air. And connects.
Completely throwing self-preservation out the window. I don't know how your mind would even think about doing that.
Oh!
Perhaps looking for some kind of equalizer here.
About to introduce some metal into the mayhem in the form of the trash can.
Seth losing any command of this match.
Rollins has no answer for Punk's well-aimed attacks.
Returning to the ring now.
Oh!
Taking a flight to nowhere.
Paying the price of treating your own body like a human crash test dummy.
He answers right back.
Punk showing how much punishment he can withstand before getting his own offense in.
Maybe Punk's found a new source of aggression to battle back with.
He's rummaging for some sort of equalizer underneath the ring.
Those are folding chairs, but they can also fold you in half.
Steel chair to the temple.
This match has to be close to an end.
And his body has to be in extreme amounts of pain right now.
Seth retaliates.
Crucial turnaround there because he was falling behind.
This could be the turning point for him. It could be the start of a rally.
Uh-oh.
Good technique reversing Rollins.
Oh my God.
Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Smothering offense from Punk here. Look out!
The dive! Absolutely reckless abandon, and it paid off.
Adrenaline's at a peak right now.
Stops that offense from connecting.
He's able to take a stand there.
That was the opening he needed, and he's got to keep his foot on the gas now.
Jumping knee drop.
So precise.
Everything he can do to create space here. Driven into the barricade. Sydney first and under the ropes and back into the ring. Hooked him up. And a suplex. Putting the...
Hoist their opponent up on their shoulders. Leveled by his own move.
Quick shoulder up.
And he is incredulous after the kick out. Almost lost to his own moves.
How often do you see Seth Rollins come up that short, that close? He's got to be livid right about now.
Peerless position for him to be in here. You know what, guys? I was afraid it was going to get to this point.
Top rope. Superplex.
Look at this. He's feeling it and looking for some support from the crowd.
Clearly lost in the moment. He better snap out of it.
Blow to the abdomen gets them out of that.
And he avoids what was coming.
Sheesh, a painful-looking shot. Hooks it up.
Oh,
Down, fucking arrow.
incredible. He's got a plan for that. Oh, no, Corey, the table's just been set on fire.
This is too far.
Gets lifted into position.
Goodness gracious, the table just exploded. And there's no question now, the referee has to stop this match. CM Punk with a jaw up.
And wait a second. Interesting turn of events here.
Yeah, he just released the hold, and I'm racking my brain wondering why.
Look at this heel hook. This is how you punish your opponent, and he's enjoying every minute of it.
Seth is being overwhelmed.
Rollins has to find a way to right the ship here. CM Punk looking to turn out the lights.
Go to sleep. CM Punk turned his lights off. Cover, cover, cover.
No, my, that was close.
Don't ever doubt the tenacity of Seth Rollins.
Now this is what you can expect from Seth freaking Rollins.
Punk took his best shot, gave him everything he had.
Look out! Oh, coming down from way up top.
Moves from the ring to the outside.
He'll take things into the ring. He looks defenseless as he struggles to get his bearings.
Good night. And CM Punk's maintaining the advantage now.
CM Punk is firmly in the driver's seat. Oh! He's got his sights locked in now.
Oh! Taking full advantage of the foreign object in play here. Back-to-back attacks.
Staggering back up, maybe to a foregone conclusion.
Ooh, chucked that chair right out. Letting out every ounce of frustration and rage and then some. Running knee. He's just waiting for that perfect moment.
I'm looking for GTS.
Boom! GTS.
Rollins may be laid to rest.
2 count. CM Punk is your winner here.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
All the bad blood between Punk and Rollins came to a head here tonight. And only one man could walk out the winner. That man is CM Punk.
You gotta hand it to Punk. This was not easy, but he was able to outsmart and outmaneuver Rollins. Maybe he was blinded by his disdain for Punk.
And maybe now Seth can let this all go, move on. But even as I say that, I know it won't be that simple.
Now that is just the way it is. CM Punk, best in the world. Anyways, thank you guys for joining in or watching this video later. I appreciate you. Um, as for some news, um, next year in July is my prediction of when I'm finally going to go live on Twitch. I'm giving it a full entire year before I really start making more of an impact with my streaming again. So I'm waiting for my boys to get a little bit older, at least by a year or so. But my goal is in July of 2026 of next year. That's at least somewhere in that time frame at least. But for now, when I'm streaming on YouTube, that is coming from my PlayStation, and that's where I will only be streaming until I make my return back to Twitch in July of 2026. And again, that could even be pushed back even further as well, but that is just my set date in my mind at least. But we will see. But I'm quite sure that I'm really pushing towards that because so far I've got a new microphone. I finally got the Ethernet hooked up to my computer again and my PlayStation. Technically, I can go live now if I really wanted to on my computer, but I'm not going to do that because I have goals before I go live again. So the next thing on my item list to get is a Stream Deck. Then once I get the Stream Deck, then the date could be pushed up a little bit further or beforehand. We'll see how it goes. I can't really make a layout of exactly, a precise date and everything else like that because right now in my life everything is just I'm busy. And I'm hardly even gaming or even at my computer. I'm more of an outside person than I am an inside person, or I'm cleaning up, taking care of the house and whatnot. Because Miss Opal had a surgery for her gallstones to be removed, so she had her gallbladder removed, and so she's been recovering and she's been doing well. But as you can see, I'm a very, very busy person, so I'm not even too sure, even if in 2026 I will go live. But again, that's what I'm hoping for. So we will see. Stay tuned because I always will have more updates of when I'm starting to kind of make a comeback. Even if I come back on Twitch, I might not. I'm definitely not going to be a full time. That's for sure. At least not right away. But in the future, if everything goes to plan and everything's still around by then, whatnot, as in by Twitch and whatever, then we'll see. I'll have more time. But for now, my goal is still in 2026 to at least go live on my computer, and we'll see where it goes from there. If it goes from there at all. I might not even do it then. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, for now, until I'm ready to make a return to Twitch, that's what I should just say, I will be streaming live on YouTube from my PlayStation 5. Until next time, guys, keep fit and have fun. Body break. Later, guys.